Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to another episode of Ahmadiyya Fact Check Blog. I got brother Umair, brother Raouf. We're just gonna jump right into this. We're doing this stream here. Look, it's about this guy, Musleh Shanboor, and these other guys. Is it Umair Han and Afsand Suleman? Okay, we're gonna explain what these guys, the lies that they told. They did a video about Sheikh Assim, and why did Sheikh Assim call us a kafir, apostate? They're crying, oh my God, why did he call us apostate? Which they never mentioned Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. They never mentioned how Mirza Ghulam Ahmad called everyone apostate. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad said in 1891 to 1901, any Muslim who believes that Isa al-Islam will return as a prophet is breaking the seal. He says it's un-Islamic. He's doing takfir. He said any Muslim who believes in abrogation, any level, even one verse, is not a Muslim. He said, except on and on and on, over and over again. Then in 1901, 1902, 1906, the famous incident with Dr. Han, he says, you're not a Muslim. And then 1911, the split happens. Ahmadis don't consider Muslims to be Muslims. They were saying it to our face. After 1923, that they stopped saying it to our face as a strategy. So these dudes got a lot of nerve making a video about why are we being called apostate when they call people apostate, and now they're trying to lie about it. So with that being said, we're just going to jump right into it. Brother Umair, what are your initial thoughts here, brother?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all the viewers. Welcome to another stream by Bashir. As usual, these guys have nothing new. They just bring up some old stuff. The video, actually, Brother Bashir, is actually 5 years old. Not less than 5. I'm not sure exactly when it was possible, but it's not less than 5 years old. This was pre-lockdown, and they have nothing to do, so they just suddenly bring up some old video of Asim al-Hakim, and they try to slander him as well about the alcohol thing. I don't know if you plan to mention that as well. And basically lots of lies. They denied a lot of the writings of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. And we challenged them at the end of this stream that to point out one thing that he said that is actually a lie that cannot be backed up. Let them say that whoever says what Asim al-Hakim said is a liar. So that way they will throw their own prophet under the bus, or their own his children, the Bashiruddin Mahmud, and the other one, what's his name? Bashir Mahmud Ahmad.
Mirza Bashir Ahmad, the other one, the moon of the prophets, Qamar al-Anbiya, whatever that means. So brother, let's jump right into it. They start off by reviewing a video wherein some person calls in. I think it was a woman, and she says that there's a new Ahmadi student in her class. Should she befriend the Ahmadi student? So they start off by saying Sheikh Assim is nobody, and they bring up his comments on alcohol. Brother Umair, can you explain that?
Yes. Actually, basically, this was Razi's game, because Razi is the one who actually made this clipped him that when Sheikh Asim al-Hakim. Of course, nobody agrees with everything. This is common among the Muslim Ummah, that there is a scholar will have an opinion which is not definitely binding on everybody. So there is some disagreement about exactly how to approach some fiqh issues. But basically, Sheikh Asim al-Hakim was saying that alcohol, whatever intoxicates a little, whatever intoxicates when you take a lot of it, is also haram if you take a little of it. And he was saying that there is some drinks in Saudi Arabia that when you take those drinks, which are like they're considered non-alcoholic beer, but it is inevitable that they will have like small amounts of alcohol. And he was explaining that the alcohol in and of itself is not haram. It's only something that intoxicates. See, the hadith does not say kuhul, does not say alcohol. It says something that intoxicates. So whether that is alcohol, which is ethanol, or it is hashish, or it is weed, or it is whatever intoxicant you take, if it intoxicates when it's a lot, then it's also haram if you take a little of it. And this is what he was saying, that it doesn't matter if you take 1 gallon of non-alcoholic beer. If you drink 100 liters of non-alcoholic beer, he was saying that you will go to the toilet a lot, but it doesn't make you intoxicated. And that's the point he was making. Even bananas, even buns that we eat, a lot of the food that we eat contains alcohol. Some of it as high as 2% or 1 point something percent. Bananas have, if you leave the bananas, they will actually have some amount of alcohol the more they ripen. It's not haram to eat them, because it doesn't matter how many bananas you eat, you're not going to get drunk, you're not going to get wasted. And we even have a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam where he used to drink grape juice, and we know grape juice after 24 hours it starts getting some fermentation and it has some alcoholic content. So he used to drink it on the first day, and also on the second day, which is already 48 hours, which is already having some alcoholic content. But of course, na'udhu billah, Rasulullah would never take something that is intoxicating. On the third day, he would either throw it away or give someone to drink before it becomes intoxicating. So we have evidence in the hadith that just because something has a minute amount of alcohol does not mean it is haram. It is only something that is intoxicating. Anyway, that's what he was saying. And of course, we know they're the experts of twisting stuff. And they're saying he's the alcohol drinking sheikh or something like that. But he doesn't care. You know, Asma al-Hakim is the kind of guy that doesn't care. He'll just make fun of it.
Right. So they start off with slander against the sheikh and attack his credibility. They're like, he's not even credible because he's saying, but they forget Mirza Ghulam Ahmad was drinking tonic wine.
Exactly.
Hold on, guys. Mirza was on brandy. He was on a few of them. Okay, that he never admitted to. This was found out after he died. His children told on him and said not just tonic wine and the brandy, but also on the opium. He's eating the opium. That's why he's got diarrhea. Because if you eat a lot of opium, you're going to get diarrhea. So that's where it starts off. So, okay, let's move forward. He says that when Muslims met in Mecca in 1974 and declared Ahmadis as apostates. But the brother doesn't accept this. He says, no, it's a lie. It never happened. Brother Umar, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this as I pull up the reference?
You know, Brother Bashir, it's very funny. You know, when they try to act like they know everything, they're smart, but actually they end up saying something as stupid as this, because this guy clearly, I think it's a Suleman guy, that the guy who was in Uganda or something like that. Was it him? Yep. He has no idea. These guys are so obsessed with Pakistan. They think everything revolves around Pakistan. Everything revolves around Pakistan. They don't know that the Muslim World League actually met in Mecca, and that's the one. Rabita al-Alam al-Islami, that's the Muslim World League. They actually met in Mecca and declared them as kuffar, as non-Muslims. And as you pointed out there, that King Faisal was very heavily involved, and they were actually celebrating when he was assassinated. Subhanallah. And this guy doesn't know this basic stuff, and he calls Sheikh Assim al-Hakim as ignorant.
How? And he doesn't know that the reason Ahmadis were declared non-Muslim in Pakistan was because of King Faisal and the ruling in Mecca. It happened in April. The train incident happened in May, and Ahmadis were declared non-Muslim in September. And the court case ran from like August to September. Brother, I was so shocked. Who is this guy? Look. Here's a photo of him. Let me get a better photo. Asfand of Suleman. He's just got it all wrong. Right? How could you be so blatantly wrong? Look, here it is in Arabic. Look, I got the whole thing. Look, here's the translation into English, brother. I can't remember how I got it, but it's there. Okay, so look, it's the whole thing. Because I got it from the old website, Al-Hafiz. If you don't know about this website, it's an amazing website. Okay, there it is. A bunch of duffers, bro. A bunch of dummies. They don't know anything. So okay, let's keep moving. So then Sheikh Assim explains how Ahmadis prefer Qadian over Mecca. Oh, and these guys, they can't handle that one, bro. It's too much for them right there, bro.
And he denied that they denied the Maulvis in the video. They denied this, that as if he said something. What did he say that is wrong? It is a place of pilgrimage. He didn't say that you do Umrah. You see, they tried to put words in his mouth. The Sheikh did not say that they do Hajj or they do Umrah to Qadian. He said they do pilgrimage, and they do pilgrimage. You move from one place to another place for the purpose, for religious purpose, or like there's an African Maulvi there right now. He was posting in one of the Arabic Qadiani groups. Oh, I'm in Qadian right now, and I'm experiencing all the spirituality, blah blah blah. And one of the brothers actually told him, "Can you please ask Mirza Ghulam Ahmad if he can come out of his grave and answer our questions, because you guys have no answers." So anyway, they go there to experience this as a pilgrimage, like people going to the river, the river in India that they go, the Hindus go to every year. I think millions of them go there. That's also pilgrimage. It is not Umrah, it is not Hajj, but it is a sort of a form of pilgrimage. And the Qadianis actually do believe this, but they deny it. Yeah, I'll give it back to you. You can give us more information about that, Bashir.
Sounds good. So here's the reference. Roughly 1903. So Ahmadis, if you're out there listening, you remember Sayyid Abdul Latif, the guy who was stoned to death? He comes to Qadian. He was supposed to go to Hajj. He took money from the government to go to Hajj, brother. He's supposed to spend that money on Hajj. Instead, he goes to Qadian. And Mirza Ghulam Ahmad tells him, look, there's the reference and everything. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad tells him, no, what's the point of going for Hajj when your iman is corrupted? Come here and fix your iman, right? So then his son, look, and there's the reference, the visit, and Sheikh Yaqub Ali Tarab. He's actually Sheikh Yaqub Ali Irfani, who was a companion of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, the editor of the newspaper. He says, okay, that. MGA had declared the visit to Qadian equal to Hajj. Nauzubillah. And then he mentions the same story, the same exact story. So you want more? Like, come on, guys. Are you just playing stupid? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's very clear. I mean, it's a visit. He said it's a visit to Qadian is equal to Hajj. What is a visit to Qadian? Is it like a dream to Qadian? Of course, it is talking about going to Qadian. That is already a pilgrimage. It doesn't matter. Sheikh Assim did not say it is a Umrah and Hajj. Dear viewers, Sheikh Assim did not say it is Umrah or Hajj. He said they make pilgrimage to Qadian. So that counterclaim is disproved already. Yeah, we go ahead, Brother Bashir.
Right, and then here's another one, 1914. Here's another one, 1916. Okay, they prefer, and then Ahmadis have their own Hajj. We have our own Hajj. Look, the Khalifa is saying it in 1917. He said Muslims have their Hajj. We have our own Hajj. He says, come to Qadian, take the train, yada yada. Look, Zilli. Then he started calling it Zilli Hajj. Zilli Baruzi. Okay, that's 1932. Look, we got all the references. We look. In 1939, he who visits the tomb of MGA is blessed to the same degree as who visits the tomb of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nauzubillah, etc. Okay, there's more and more.
No, look at that, Bashir. You missed. Go back up. Look at that. Go back. He said, "Woe to the person who debars himself from the benefits of the blessing of Hajj Akbar towards Qadian." Yeah, that's
Hajj Akbar.
Towards Qadian. What is this? Now would you take back your words? Would you make an apology video to Sheikh Assim al-Hakim?
Right,
come on,
brother,
guys. Be honest, guys.
We posted all. Look, there's so many references, man. We posted it all for these guys. They still don't even read it. Their job's on the line. They'd be cleaning toilets. There's nothing wrong with cleaning toilets, brother. We all got to start somewhere. I started cleaning toilets, but you got to start somewhere. You can't start on the top. You got to start on the bottom and work your way up. So, okay, let's keep moving here. Then, where does he go? Okay, so at 8:23 here. Let me just post it in the chat. See if it loads. Hold on. Okay, boom. There that is. Let's see if it comes up at 8:23. He alleges that had never read any material on the Jamaat. Suleman says that MGA never considered himself the son of God. He calls it hearsay, brother. He says it was hearsay.
That's a lie. He did say that.
You believe this guy? So then later he admits to it. Later he says, "Oh no," and we'll get to that. Later he says, "No, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said something similar." Remember this? What they always say. This what Dawud Nasser said at he didn't even know. He didn't know the reference or nothing. Just immediately they blame the best of creation, brother. What's going on with these guys? So okay, and we'll come back to that. Then he talks about additional prophets. He just gleans it. Then he said, okay, so then it comes up at 1304. Here. Let me post it, and then you can comment on it. All right, it's gonna post in like a few. So okay. At 1304, Musleh Shanboor, he quotes a hadith wherein Muhammad says that anyone, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, says that anyone who prays towards our qibla will be protected by Muslims. Shanboor says that the munafiqun will have the worst punishment. He quotes the famous hadith: anyone who faces our qibla is a Muslim, etc. But he doesn't give the context. He does not give the context. No Ahmadi ever quoted this. Where is this quoted in Ahmadiyya literature, brother? Here, I'm gonna pull it up. Brother Umar, what you got on this one?
This is another example of these guys taking anything out of context, because they just want to jump on something that any mention of Muslim is a definition of Muslim. This is the problem with this people. They don't understand the language. There is no place in the hadith that says the definition of a Muslim is. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said a Muslim is the one who avoids harming Muslims with his tongue or his hands. So would you call any Hindu or any atheist, would you call him a Muslim just because he doesn't harm? Look at Bukhari 6484. Bashir, if you want to share that, let me just give you the link. Bukhari 6484.
Wait, no, first let's talk about the hadith in question, and I'll pull up the other one. Here's the one in question.
Whoever prays like us and faces our qibla and eats our slaughtered animals is a Muslim.
And is under Allah's under the Apostles' protection. And so these are Christians, Jews, Sabians who are under our protection.
Exactly.
Okay, that's the context. They didn't give any of that. This does not say that people who claim to be Muslim, claim to believe in a Messiah, claim that the Messiah has come, the Mahdi has come, say everyone else has come. What does this have to do with that, brother? Go ahead, brother.
I believe this was when he was taking like a census. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were like, and you have to understand the context, Bashir. But during the olden days, there was no way to tell who is a Muslim and who is not a Muslim. The easy way to tell was this is how it was, like easy way to identify a Muslim, because somebody could just say I'm a Muslim, and they all look alike, all the Arabs look alike. So how do they identify a Muslim? By these basic actions. Nobody, it's not like today where we have people who can pretend to be Muslims. I mean, we have people who pretended to be Muslim to do Hajj. I know of a story, I saw a video now, astaghfirullah, a few years back. A gay guy pretended to be a Muslim and went to Mecca and did the Hajj. And he wrote like a review of the Hajj. He was very, very like criticizing it from his atheist perspective and his gay perspective. So should we consider this guy as a Muslim? When he used to pray in the Hajj together with the Muslims, he ate the slaughtered food of the Muslims. So is he a Muslim? Are you telling me, can you swear by Allah that Rasulullah will consider this guy a Muslim, even though the guy is clearly an atheist? He has videos online showing that he's an atheist and he's criticizing the Hajj. He basically made the Hajj for the sake of mockery. And we know, praying like us, prayer is not just physical actions. Prayer is not just going up and down, bending and doing sajda. No, that's not only praying. Praying has words, has meanings. There is shahada that you say in the prayer. The shahada that we say in our salah, and we know the shahada that you have, it is a completely different additions to it. You guys include Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. We don't. There is so many ways that the belief has to be the same. If a Hindu does the same actions, he's not praying like us because he doesn't believe in our God. If you don't believe in Allah and you do all that, you're not a Muslim, bro. You yourself know that, but I don't know why you just keep sticking to this claim.
Right.
And by the way,
who is Hudayfa? Hudayfa
is one of the Sahaba. He's one of the Sahaba.
A big time, like he was told secrets that no one else knew about.
Yeah, he was one of the closest Sahabas.
Yep, he was told to go find the munafiqun. So look, here's something else. So they said, look, anyone who said that they were a Muslim, they wrote them down. That's not what this says here. And look, the brother Amash said there's 500. Amavia said no, it was 600 to 700. So hold on, some guys didn't make the cut. So there was 700, but Hudayfa said no, it's 500 because some of them are not. You know what I mean? He probably saw them as munafiqun. We don't exactly know, but there is a difference in the numbering too, brother.
Yeah. And you have to understand also another context that some of the time that this was counting the people who are going to war. You know, they were counting how many soldiers they have that are going to participate in wars. They were not doing this like to count to know who is a Muslim. They were actually counting who is going to fight with the Muslims. So that's a quick way to find out. But like we said, somebody can be a Muslim and then later become a kafir. This is the case. I mean, are you going to tell me that just because somebody said the kalima, he will never leave Islam? I mean, look at how many ex-Muslims we have on Twitter. Look at all these people, these clowns making fun of themselves, like they cannot answer basic questions about Islam, and they say they're ex-Muslims. They all said the Shahada. They all used to pray like Muslims, but they're not Muslims anymore.
Right. So you guys failed again. No worries. We'll clean it up. We'll clean it up. But remember, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad never quoted this hadith. None of his Khulafa ever quoted this hadith. I haven't seen this hadith ever quoted in any Ahmadiyya literature. So who is Musleh Shanboor? Is he the Hakam another? So now he's going to tell us that this hadith is authentic? How do we know it's authentic? Remember, if Mirza Ghulam Ahmad didn't call it authentic, then where does it fall? Where do those hadith fall that he never commented on, and no Khulafa ever commented on? Where do they fall? Who has the right to explain that? All right. So okay.
Can you share the one I gave Bashir? I just have to make a quick comment about it.
Yeah.
6484.
Yep. Let's see. I think I just got to push back here, and I should run right into it. Let's see. No. Okay. Hold on. I have a better way. Okay. Let's do that. And then, so Muslim is, yep. But how
the whole point. Yeah, the whole point is you cannot take one hadith out of context. So you have to take all the hadiths that talk about who is a Muslim, basically. A Muslim is somebody who follows Islam. To simplify it, a Muslim is one who follows Islam. Not just because he does some actions which Muslims do, then we consider him a Muslim. Look at this hadith. It's so simple. A Muslim is the one who avoids harming Muslims with his tongue or his hands. So we're going to say anybody, any Tom, Dick, and Harry, as long as he does not harm the Muslims with his tongue, basically insulting, or his hands, that's a Muslim? No. Are you going to take any Hindu and tell him, hey, bro, you're a Muslim because you never harmed any Muslim? Use your common sense, please. Don't just take things out of context. A Muslim is basically somebody who follows Islam. So you have to know what is Islam. If that guy is not following Islam, even if he's doing a few of the actions of the Muslim, does not make him a Muslim. A Hindu praying with us in the mosque does not. There's a documentary of a guy a Christian priest who went and lived with the Muslims for 1 month. Do we consider him a Muslim? No, because he just pronounced the Shahada in the Salah and everything, but he didn't actually mean it. So he didn't pray like the Muslims. He has different meanings to his prayers. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on, Bashir.
Sounds good, brother. Okay, because we got a lot to cover here. We barely went through it just a little bit. So okay, yep, you talked about that. Oh, then he quotes Nur al-Haq, bro. So look, he quotes a book by MGA called Nur al-Haq. That's not been put in English. This quote is not even in English. What? And then he doesn't even give the context. Okay, and then what does this quote have to do? It's got nothing. Look. He doesn't even give the page. Brother Umar, can you see a page number here? Here, let me remove the comment. Look, is there a page? Is that a page number right there on the bottom left? What
I think there is a page number. It's the Sad 4. It means Nur al-Haq page 4. I think that's the one. But what's the context? And we already addressed this, Brother Bashir. We already addressed this, that just because they claim to be and they don't actually believe in it, because the munafiqin, you know what is the munafiqin? They're hypocrites, and they themselves, they say that the hypocrites are in the worst pits of hell. So it does just because they claim to be, and Rasulullah was actually told that don't pray for them because they're considered kafir, the munafiqin.
Totally. So Musleh Shanboor, I know you're gonna watch this. That's shoddy work. You don't even know the proper way to present information to the public.
And they don't give. You notice they don't give translations. They don't give translations. I don't know
Not
why.
at all.
So because they know that their viewers, the Ahmadi viewers, will not bother to go and follow up. They'll just believe them. These guys, wallahi, they're not different from the guys who follow the pastors in the church, the Catholics who just whatever they tell them, they listen to them. Or the Alawis, the Alawis, the Bashar Assad people, they just follow their scholars, whatever they tell them. Or the Ismailis, they never read. They never read. Whatever they tell them, that is like Wahi, that is like from God. They just listen.
Totally, brother. So okay, let's keep moving here because we want to do this in less than an hour. We're already behind schedule. So okay, then he says, look, at 1600. So look, at the 16-minute mark, they're like, we don't care what any of your Maulvi say. We follow the fatwa of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We don't need your mullahs. Then why are you doing this video?
Yeah, they keep assigning fatwas to Rasulullah. Everything they keep assigning fatwa of Rasulullah, fatwa of Rasulullah. They, like I said, like the one I said, a fatwa of Rasulullah is that a Muslim is somebody who does not harm other Muslims with his hand or tongue. So okay, that's a fatwa that to define a Muslim. No, come on, let's take everything in context.
Right. And then back to the point of Ahmadis being declared non-Muslim in Mecca. Remember the King Faisal story. So add that to this. Add that to that they say he died because of that. So there's even a prophecy that this guy doesn't know about. Asfand, Maulvi Asfand, Suleman. So okay. Then he says at 1740, no government can declare people to be non-Muslim. But hold on, and Brother Umar, correct me on this if I'm making a mistake. Was Musaylama Kazab considered a Muslim by Abu Bakr? No, I don't think so. It's impossible.
No, actually, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu sent an army 900 kilometers away. Musaylama was 900 kilometers away. He was not like I saw some Qadiani Maulvi before saying that, actually Musaylama came to attack the Muslims in Medina. No, he didn't. He was 900 kilometers away. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu went after him, sent an army after him. He went after him, not only him and other people who refused to pay zakah as well. Because this guy claimed to be, first of all, a separate, a new prophet. Even during Rasulullah's time, he claimed to be a co-prophet, but it was towards the end of Rasulullah's, towards the end of his life. But and then Rasulullah, of course, was trying to at the beginning to have like to bring him back, like communicating with him, but he did call him a kadab, a liar, for claiming to be a prophet. Anyway, they went after him until he was killed, Musaylam al-Kadab. And so the government, Abu Bakr was the government at that time.
Yeah, he was the government. He said, this guy is not a Muslim. Let's go after him. He's not paying zakat. He's claiming to be a prophet. Let's go get him. So knock it off, bro.
Another thing, Bashir. Another thing. These guys are, like I said, they're obsessed with Pakistan. This Suleman, he says that why is it that we only quote Pakistani law to consider them non-Muslim? That is not true. Asim al-Hakim did not quote Pakistani law. All the other scholars, I saw a clip of Salih al-Fawzan, the Sheikh or the Mufti of, I think, he's one of on the Council of Muftis of Saudi Arabia. He said that somebody asked him, are Qadianis blah blah blah? I said, Qadianis are kuffar. Straight. He said, no, Qadianis are kuffar. He didn't quote any Pakistani law. What did they quote? They refer to the references. They look at the Aqidah. They look at the arguments that are presented, and then they declare them kuffar. Nobody quotes Pakistani law to call you guys non-Muslim. Maybe that's a layman who doesn't know the theology or the writings of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad.
Right. This has got nothing to do with the Pakistani government. This is so easy. This doesn't even require deliberation. They believe in a new prophet. That's it. Not to mention the Messiah and the Mahdi and et cetera, et cetera. So, okay. All right. Let's keep moving here. Okay. What does he say next? What does he say next? He says, hold on. What about the sons of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad? They said anyone's a pakka kafir.
Yeah, exactly.
What are these guys talking about? Right? So it's just total nonsense. So, okay.
But Bashir, you're forgetting something. They are pakka kafir, but within Islam. They are kafir Muslims. This guy, what is a Muslim? A Muslim is what is a kafir? A kafir is a non-Muslim. A kafir is a disbeliever. So you have a disbelief, and what is a Muslim? A Muslim is a believer in Islam. So he's a disbelieving. They say that we are disbelieving believers, and they say, okay, you guys are kafir Muslims. But the moment you call them kafir, they say, no, we are Muslims.
Oh, we
You
need
see,
asylum. Give us
yeah,
asylum to the Canada.
they say, how dare you call us kafir when Rasulullah put the fatwa that we are Muslim? So why do you call us kafir Muslim? That
Right.
doesn't make sense.
Brother Omar, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Walaikum
salam.
salam,
Sorry,
brother.
you've been quiet, bro.
Yeah, I was a little busy. Yeah, but you gotta go a little bit further and be specific. The everyone is a kafir except those who believe in the Khalifat of um the ones Razi and them follow. Anyone else, Lahori, Jamba, and all of them, they are all kafir.
Jahannami, Jahannam, Razi.
They're
Oh look,
Jahannami.
oh forgot. Did
That's
these
the
guys
one.
forget that Razi just said that in a video? He said they're all Jahannami. Did these guys just not? Do
And
they just
he's
not
never
get it?
apologized. He never apologized. He tried to he tried to justify it, but he never apologized for it. He
Yeah, he
never
called
said
it a slip
no,
of
they are
tongue.
not. He never went and said no, they are not kafir. No, he didn't say that. He has his trolls on Twitter trying to do that for him, but he himself has not gone back and said. So Razi, if you're listening to this, we are hoping that you can come up with a video and said no, the Lahoris are not kafirs. They are not. The Jambas and the Jamba followers are not kafir. So please come with a video of that instead of just missing it a slip of tongue without actually taking back your words that you call them a kafir. How do you call somebody a kafir with a slip of tongue? Astaghfirullah. How do you do that? Like the whole discussion was about takfiring, and you say it's a slip of tongue that you do takfir on them. Come on, guys, you can do better.
You can do better, guys. You can do better. So real quick, brother, Amr Ali Qureshi is here, brother. You haven't said anything yet because we haven't really given you the opportunity. Do you want to say anything, brother?
Assalamu alaikum. Just wanted to say salam to everyone. I hope you're
Walaikum
well.
salam, brother.
And
Wa alaikum salam.
I'm listening in the background, inshallah.
Sounds good, brother. Sounds good, brother. So okay, let's keep moving here. We're okay. He said, brother, look, he accused the sheikh of not following Islam. So what's that? Isn't that takfir? Isn't he doing takfir? Okay, all right. Then
Yeah, but it was a mix of just slandering Sheikh Assim. Of course, none of them can face Sheikh Asim Al Hakim. The guy has so much knowledge. I mean, like I said, not everybody agrees with everything he says. That is okay. But he has a lot of knowledge.
right. So then he says, oh, the sheikh says that Ahmadis are kafir because they believe in a new prophet after Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. So Musleh Shanboor, what does he do? He quotes Ibn Arabi.
Ask him to take an oath that Ibn Arabi does not believe that all sorts of prophethood has been ended. Ibn Arabi, he was trying to say that only remnants of prophethood remain, that the spiritual aspects of it, and that's his opinion, by the way. That's his opinion. That's not binding to anybody. He said that the law-bearing prophethood is ended, and whatever he was considering as non-law-bearing is just like the remnants of prophethood. I know there is one Nigerian guy, Bashir. Do you remember in the 1970s, after those proceedings, there's one famous Nigerian guy. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, but you have it on the blog. Yes, exactly. He left and he said, I realized that these guys were misquoting Ibn Arabi. This was one of his main evidences. He said they were misquoting Ibn Arabi. Just a few pages later, after explaining all that, he said he still concluded that all sorts of prophethoods have ended and only the remnants, which is the same as the hadith. If you want to reconcile the mubashirat, those are the ones that are remaining. But the prophethood itself is ended. That is Ibn Arabi's opinion. And this is what also Brother Imtiaz said, come challenge us. Come challenge Imtiaz on this. He has the references ready. But I don't know. But Imtiaz doesn't want to present so many things. Maybe they'll go crazy and get confused.
Right. And I'm gonna put the link in the chat for the book by Belugan. Let me explain further, okay? And the Lahori Ahmadis explained this in 1915. They said, listen, all prophethood is law-bearing. Prophets follow Allah. They don't follow another prophet. The only prophethood is a prophet following Allah. They all followed Allah, whatever Allah told them. If Allah told them a new law to abrogate it, they did it. That's what prophethood is, okay? This non-law-bearing prophethood is not prophethood. That's the whole thing, and that's what it's the Sufis saying, and so that's what Maulvi Muhammad Ali of the Lahori Ahmadis explained, and then with all these quotes, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Exactly, but and they always like trying to repeat and like summarize it. Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet. They keep repeating it even after making their own explanations and how the remnants of prophet and how this is not actually prophethood because the last prophet is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They keep saying this, but these guys have selective like this is I don't know, it's a disease or Allahu alam.
No, it's definitely a disease. They start with accept that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad is true, then you got to accept all his claims and then go argue for them. Look, I was talking to Damon about this. I was like, well, why did you defend a lot of beliefs? He was like, well, I was in it, so I was going to defend it. And I'm like, well, man, for me that's hard to understand. I don't defend something unless I fully understand it myself. If I can't understand it, I'm not going to defend it. I don't just defend people. Same thing with like my friends. I don't defend my friends if they're lying, and I know they're lying.
Yeah, of course. And then just a very important point, Brother Bashir. You know what they always say? Come to Quran and Sunnah, and then even in the same stream that they say we use Quran and Sunnah. Then why do you bring Ibn Arabi for the most important Aqidah in your religion? In your religion, the most important figure is Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. His claim is to be a non-law-bearing prophethood. The most important thing, you go to Ibn Arabi, you go to Mullah Ali Qari. Where is the Quran and Hadith, my friend? What happened? Where did you leave it in Palestine?
Yeah, well, what happened? Now you go to the scholars, okay? And then look. He says that why did the son of the death of the son of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ibrahim, who they said if he would have lived, he would have been a prophet. He brings that up. He brings up Umair would have been a prophet. And then all of a sudden he goes to firqa. He says, look, all of you guys call each other kafir. So what,
Oh, by the way, Bashir, just quickly to quote that Ibrahim hadith, Brother Bashir, for the viewers, the hadith that they quote that if Ibrahim had lived, he would have been a prophet. That's a weak hadith. The actual correct hadith is Bukhari, which they conveniently leave, is that if prophethood was open, if prophethood continued, Ibrahim would have lived. You get it? It's not the other way around. It's that if the prophethood was open, he would have lived. It's not the other way around, that if Ibrahim had lived, he would have been a prophet. Then Umar radiallahu anhu lived. Why did he become a prophet?
Right. So okay. Now, so let's keep moving. Here's another blunder. At 2537, Maulvi Asfand Suleman Ahmad, he alleges that in 1974, a declaration was published wherein all Muslims had to declare Ahmadis as non-Muslim. This is a blunder. So, brother, look, so you're telling me one of their employees is so dumb, he doesn't know about the difference between what happened in 74 versus 84. So in 1984, Ordinance 20 was passed. Ahmadis can't say Assalamu alaikum in public anymore, right? And if you go and apply for an ID card, you learn about Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. If you go in almost every Muslim, every person in Pakistan has heard of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad now, brother. This is what I'm saying. It's all a scam. The Ahmadiyya movement set up Ordinance 20 as the bleed because now it's a national issue. Everyone knows about it. You go and file for a passport, you have to say Mirza Ghulam Ahmad's a kafir. You never had to do that before. Now all of a sudden, the person's like, who's Mirza Ghulam Ahmad? So he brings that up, but he mixes them. He mixes them up because he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything, right? And remember, my theory is Zia al-Haq was in cahoots. He helped Ahmadis. Ahmadis wanted this passed. We didn't care if you can say Assalamu alaikum or not. No one cared about any of that. In 1974, it was good enough. You're non-Muslim. They had already stopped doing tabligh because everyone already knew. We didn't need 1984. 1984 was only done to help Ahmadis get asylum. And look, they did. Germany and Canada. Ahmadiyya movement's making money now because of that. So, okay. Then he makes some argument about Hatam al-Kutab. I didn't really, there's a few things, bro, that I didn't even understand. Then he starts arguing that Hatam is a seal of attestation, not a seal of closure. So, all right.
So that's another nonsensical argument. So this is what they failed to answer to Imtiaz, that show us one mufassir, all those Arab experts who say that it does not mean Khatam al-Nabi does not mean the last of the prophet. Show us, I talked about this, that we accept all the meanings of Khatam, but no, they accept the one that they want. They accept the primary meanings, they ignore them. That is the final, it's the last. Yes, it is the best also, but it's the best and also last. It is like the pinnacle. It's the best in terms of when you have the level of like the goodness you have from good to best. The best is at the end of the spectrum is best. That's why you use khatam as best. It still links to being last. It's not just last for just like that. It says that you have good, better, and then best. The best in khatam is actually linked to last. You cannot run away from the meaning of last when using khatam.
Right.
But and I'm surprised because Musleh Shanboor is supposed to be an Arab. I don't know why he doesn't. He's not even supposed to make this argument. He's supposed to correct his buddy Suleman.
Right, but even Abu Dhaka, all the few Ahmadi Arabs are bought out to just go say this, just go. And even if you know Arabic, it doesn't mean you know Quranic Arabic. Quranic
Definitely.
and Arabic is different than common speech Arabic. You gotta know the context, etc., etc. So okay, let's keep moving here. Let's keep moving. He says MJ was called the son of God in a metaphorical way, brother. He gives the example of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam throwing the rocks. He says it was the hand of Allah, brother. Can you explain, brother?
First of all, he lied. He lied because he adds words to the Quran. The Suleman, he said that the Quran. He said in the Battle of Badr, وَمَا رَمَيْتَ إِذْ رَمَيْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ رَمَى. When you threw, you did not throw, but it was Allah who threw. And he said, the Quran says it is Allah's hand which threw. Why are you adding words to the Quran? If you're going to quote the Quran, quote it nicely. I mean, if you want to give your explanation, just make it clear. Don't say the Quran says it was Allah's hand. That's a big claim. That's attributing words to the Quran. So just get your quotes right. And this is just, this regarding the Son of God. He also, a more important thing the Bashir he did is that he quoted a hadith which says, Al-'iyal khalqullah. That hadith is a rejected hadith. It's the best grading it got. Look at this, Bashir. The best grading that this hadith got is weak. And that's the best. That means it goes weak, it goes very weak, it got fabricated, it got rejected. That's the hadith he quoted as evidence of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad using Son of God. And then we have in the Quran, he claimed in the Quran that when the Yahud said, وَقَالَتِ النَّصَارَى وَقَالَتِ الْيَهُودُ أَبْنَاءُ اللَّهِ وَحِبَّاهُ, that we are the children of God, we are the sons of God and his loved ones. And he said the Quran did not refute them. That's a lie. That's a lie. The Quran actually refuted that. He said that no, you are basically, he said bal, the same thing that bal rafa'ullah, bal. This is that it negates, the bal negates what was said before, that they said we're the children of God and his loved ones, but they were refuted. They said no, but you are just like the rest of creation. Why? You'll be judged based on your actions. Whether if you do good, you'll go to Jannah. If you do bad, but the definition I'm giving, of course, that you'll go to hell. You are just like the rest of creation. So that claim flies out of the window. It's clear that they were claiming to be something special above the rest of the normal, the bashar, the rest of mankind. That's why they were refuted. So that argument on the Quran, it's already refuted. In the hadith, it's a weak hadith, it's a fabricated hadith, it's a rejected hadith. The best rating it got is that it's weak. So I'm sorry, you cannot use weak fabrications for especially for Aqidah matters. And then he said that he thinks that saying like my son is actually a defense. No, when you say like my son, you're already comparing to something real. So when MJ said that I'm like God's son, you are saying you are like something that is real. You're not like something that is a metaphor. How is a metaphorical metaphor? What are you talking about? Just admit that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad messed up. Maybe it was Iblis who gave him this revelation. Ilham, sorry, it's not revelation, of course.
Right. Brother just real quick, just to add on that one is you got to remember they have a different criteria when it comes to hadith. They have this weird criteria which says, or which they say, is even if it's a weak hadith and if it comes true, that means that hadith automatically becomes sahih. What criteria is that?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And then even if it doesn't become true, they can twist it and make it metaphorically true.
Right, total nonsense. So tell us about the book that they quoted. So it's a mistranslation of al-Bayhaqi. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Al-Baik, no, the Prophet didn't say that. I mean, like we said, we don't even have to go into those details. Al-Iyal khalqullah, the creation is the children of God, is a weak fabrication. It has been rejected, and for obvious reasons, because it goes against a serious belief. Because why were the Christians? I mean, when the Christians say that Jesus is the Son of God, do they mean like God gave birth to Jesus? Do they mean like he's a physical son? He's not. So anyway, brother, I think we are running behind the schedule.
Yeah, we sure are. But let's stop real quick. Brother Hussein, Assalamu alaikum, brother. What are your comments so far, brother?
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Yeah, it's a very good thing. Just wanted to make one point in regards to Khatam in the beginning. I'm not sure whether you guys are following or not, but Imtiaz Bhai have made Qadianis accept that we and them, we both believe that the direct prophethood, whether it's a Shari or non-Shari, that's been terminated, right? Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the last direct prophet. Our difference with them is that Zilli Bruzi prophethood that they've opened for Mirza Qadiani. That's the difference. First, they have to find us, and that's a point that Imtiaz Bhai asked them. Tell us where do we find this Zilli Bruzi prophethood in Quran and Sunnah? And that's something that Qadianis haven't been able to answer him yet. Maybe in future they'll find some verse where it says Zilli Buruzi prophethood is still going on. But however, they do accept that the direct prophethood, whether it's a Shari or no Shari, that's been finished, terminated. So all their claims about Khatamun Nabiyyin doesn't mean last is just bogus. And yeah, that's all I wanted to add on to the point.
Sounds good, brother. And if for anyone who doesn't know, he's referring to some debates on TikTok that are recent. But a brother Imtiaz in the last 2 months, even on his own stream, has highlighted this point. But specifically, it's on a TikTok stream. Check it out. It's on the blog. I just wrote this long review on it. Amazing work. Amazing work. So all right, let's keep moving here because we're trying to do this in less than an hour. Let's see. So where was I?
We're coming to the juicy part.
To the Jew. Oh yeah. So okay, we talked about the Son of God situation. He quotes chapter 43, verse 57.
Exactly.
Brother.
Exactly. That's the one, Brother Bashir. He lied blatantly, shamelessly. وَلَمَّا ضُرِبَ ابْنُ مَرْيَمَ مَثْلًا إِذَا قَوْمُكَ مِنْهُمْ يَصُدُّونَ. He said, he gave the correct meaning and then changed the meaning. He said that this verse means when the resemblance of Isa comes, the people will reject. I swear by Allah, that is not what the verse says. The verse says, when the son of Mary was cited as an example, your people broke into mockery and joyful applause. Something that they were making fun of him. How do you get that when the resemblance of Ibn Maryam is sent, the people will reject him? He said that. Astaghfirullah. Where? Look at the verse is in front of you. That's one of the translations, but I think that's the clear Quran. The other translation said that they broke into mockery and all that. There's no such thing. Where does it say that they were rejected? Where does it say that, Bashir? Do you see any rejection in the English there?
Not at all, brother.
This, you know what? Just quickly to give you the context of this verse. If you just, I don't know, there's a footnote there. Is it there?
The one
the Christians, there was a guy called Abdullah bin Zibara. He was a poet, and he said that Jesus will be in hell. So they were told that this verse, they were mocking Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that Jesus will be in hell as well because he's being worshipped. And this is the same argument the Qadianis make. Subhanallah, they make this argument, right? They make that all that has been worshipped is dead. So we can ask the same question, that if that's your logic, then Jesus should be in hell, which is, of course, we don't believe in that. Just to show them like an Nizami Jawab. So anyway, this verse was talking exclusively about idols, that they were being told that you guys are making mockery of Isa. When the example of Isa ibn Maryam is given, you guys, your people, meaning the Quraysh, they're mocking Rasulullah, that Jesus will be in hell. When the verse that was given as an example, they started mocking. And this Qaumuka here is not. Yeah, you give that. Sorry, I didn't see that the explanation is there. So it's very clear. We ask you viewers to go and just look at the explanation there. This is not talking about the people in the future that will reject the Messiah. No such thing. He pulled that out of thin air. The tafsir. Musleh Shanboor, please fear whichever God you're worshiping, bro.
He's not worshiping any God. So okay, check this out.
The
What's funny
metaphorical
is,
octopus.
you know, the octopus.
Astaghfirullah.
Let go of the octopus, bro. But look,
Let's move on. Let's move on, Bashir. This
Brother
is
Umar.
just to be clear. This was very clearly a mistranslation and mis-tafsir and mis-whatever. There is absolutely no mention of if the resemblance of Ibn Maryam will be sent, the people will reject him. That's a total lie, dear Qadiani viewers. Google
Right.
Translate that. Show it to any Arab on the street. Ask him, what does this mean? If he comes up with whatever that Musleh Shanboor accepts, then we clearly don't know Arabic, and we need to relook at our Arabic. And all the Mufassirin don't know Arabic.
And what's funny is, look, just 4 verses later, they reject this verse where it says, talks about the second coming of Isa, brother. How ironic is that? How ironic is that? And then further, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad never used this verse 4357 to say that he never used it this way. It was added later. We don't know by whom. Probably by the second Qadiani Khalifa here. Let me show the 5-volume commentary. Can you guys see this? And then look. So here's the verse for them. It's verse 58, 3678. You come down here. Oh, look. This verse may thus be taken as referring to the second coming of Jesus, which Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. There it is, brother. There it is. Okay. So that's where he got it from. He's been reading, but look, he doesn't know how to present information, and that's my whole issue. Is he doesn't say the 5-volume commentary said this. He's presenting it as if he made the argument, which is totally incorrect. So okay, let's keep moving here. So the next one he mentions these La Mahdi fi Isa. I think did I quote that properly? La Mahdi illa Isa. And then he mentions Abbas, Momituka, the standard. He goes back to the standard. Then he talks about the man who wished that he could leave Jannah and be martyred again. Can you talk about that, Brother Umar?
Another blunder. He got the name wrong. First of all, he got the name wrong. What did he say? He said Abdullah bin Jabir. The name is Jabir bin Abdullah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was consoling Jabir bin Abdullah, whose father had already died in the battle, and then he told him that, can I tell you something about your dad? Your dad actually, Allah spoke to your dad, and Allah was telling your dad that he was telling you, your dad was telling Allah, send me back so that I can die again in jihad. And then Rasulullah, Allah Azza wa Jalla replied to him that no, I have decreed that they will not go back. Who? The martyrs in the jihad will not go back. And this is referring to that, okay, the martyrs who died, Allah has decreed that they're not going back. Why? Because they are alive in Allah. What's the ayah saying? Do not say that those who died in the path of Allah are dead, but they are alive in the Rabbihim. In the eyes of Allah, they are alive. They're alive. That's the whole point, that I'm not going to send you back, and to reassure him that you are considered alive. You're not considered dead because you died in the path of Allah. It has nothing to do with the proof that Isa is not coming back. And first of all, this argument only works for Qadianis. We don't believe that Isa alayhi salam is dead. We don't believe that he's dead. So if we accept that he's dead, then you tell us that then he cannot come back, and you tell us that how this applies to him. He died in the jihad. It doesn't. He said that what he did, Bashir. He said those who are in Jannah will not go back to earth. That's all it says. So using this dumb argument, are you saying those who died and are in Jahannam, they can go back to earth? What kind of argument is that? There is no meaning. You're adding your own stuff into the hadith. Yes, we are saying the martyrs and Jannah, but the hadith doesn't say that who goes to Jannah will not go back to earth. It doesn't say that. That's your own interpolation.
Right. And what's the reference to this? Where'd you find this hadith?
The hadith is I sent it earlier to you, Bashir. Let me see. quickly. Let me see.
It was in like in a tafsir, I think.
It's in Ibn Majah. It's in Ibn Majah 2800, and I mean it is found in various books. But yeah, it is a valid hadith, but he twisted it. That's what I'm saying. That it's the person who died away, who passed away. Sorry, is Abu Abdullah bin Amr, and Abdullah bin Amr. Yeah, and the person who was being spoken to is Jabir bin Abdullah. This guy said it's Abdullah bin Jabir. He can't even get the name right. And the story, I gave, it was just being consoled that the person the people who died in the path of Allah are not coming back. That's what Allah has decreed. That's the whole context of the hadith.
Right. So he's trying to use it and say once anyone enters Jannah, they can't leave. So he says if Isa alayhi salam has went to Jannah, he can't leave, is what the argument he's trying to make. He gives this hadith. He gives some other nonsensical arguments. None of it makes any sense, anyways. But that's what the guy said. All right. What else, brother?
And like I said, we don't. Isa is dead, so it doesn't apply.
It doesn't apply.
We don't believe that Isa alayhi salam is dead.
Yep, and then the verse that says once you enter Jannah, you won't be asked to leave. But that's Allah saying, if I allow you into Jannah, I'm not going to kick you out. Okay, and that's chapter 1548. So okay, then they can we move on, brother?
Yes, let's go. The next one, I think he mentions the hadith. He mentioned that about the allegations of being the agents of the West. That's your area, Bashir.
Yeah. So then he talks about being a red carpet treatment, evidenced by Ahmadiyya in Israel. So he says, Musleh Shanboor says, no, we're against the IDF. We've been saying that they've been aggressive. And then he says, if you see a hadith about someone doing something wrong, you stop them if you can. Then he says Mirza Ghulam Ahmad is the only person who spoke against Israel. No, he's saying no imams have spoken against it, which is ridiculous. In America, there's so many imams who've said it's all wrong. Umair Suleman is one. There's so many others, bro. So many others.
Bro, we pray on every Friday, every dua, every khutbah. They always pray for them, bro. They always say, may Allah deal with the enemies. They pray for Palestine. They pray for the enemies, the people. I don't want to mention for the sake. I don't know whether they take the videos down or basically we pray against them, and we pray for our brothers in Islam to be protected. Every imam does that. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, it's just.
And look at the chat, Bashir.
Yeah, these guys just don't say anything. Did Mirza Ghulam Ahmad call it a genocide? Actually, I don't exactly remember if he used the word genocide.
No, he didn't.
I know he said it's an aggression.
Yeah, but really, he didn't use that word. Why? Everybody has used that word. Enemies of Islam have used that word to say in their being just. They have used that word. Muslims have used that word. Why isn't he using that word? Aslan Bey has been asking so many people on Twitter. They run away from this question.
Right. So we don't think he said it, and you guys need to go check that. So okay, moving on here. He said, the Maulvi says, look, proudly boasting, we don't take any loans from the government because you're robbing Ahmadis. So they're like, look, we'd rather rob people who barely have enough to pay their rent than ask the government for a loan, even though they did. They got the PPP loans in America. It's documented. It's on the blog and everything. So and if you look up their financial data, the AMJI has got some loans with each other, right? And other organizations. There's other weird accounting situations going on. So okay. And we're oh, bro, then Musleh Shanboor says he takes, oh, bro, you got to hear this one. He considers us all as terrorists, bro. He thinks any Muslim's a terrorist. He says when he talks to Muslims, and look, YouTube didn't even accept my comments. He takes them to the Imam Mahdi route. He says, you guys believe when the Imam Mahdi comes, he's going to kill everyone. He straight up said this, bro. He said if he talks to a Muslim, this is what he's going to tell him. You believe in Imam Mahdi. If someone doesn't believe him, you're going to kill him. How do you go to work with people and tell them disbelief? Brother, we don't. What do Christians believe about us? Do they tell us at work? What kind of ridiculous stuff is this, brother?
No, but who said that? Who said that? Who said the Mahdi will kill all the non-Muslims? There'll be a war. I don't know what these guys expect when there's a war that people exchange flowers or letters or hearts or emojis or what do you do in war? Bashir, you are in the army. What happens when the army goes to war?
You're there to kill, bro.
either you kill or you get them to submit to you to be, I mean, to admit defeat, right? I mean, what does he expect? Like when Nabi Isa alayhi salam comes and the Mahdi and they face the Dajjal, the Masih al-Dajjal is on the other side with all the enemies, the people who are against Islam. The Muslims are, of course, with Isa alayhi salam and the Mahdi, and the enemies are on the other side with the Dajjal. There'll be no like judges there, like a wrestling match. They're watching.
There won't be any debates.
Yeah. They'll be on the other side, like, okay, will we, Isa alayhi salam, will we be sitting there and say, okay, guys, let's throw pens at each other because of this jihad of the pain, or what? It's going to be a war. It's going to be fighting. I mean, whoever, either people will lose and die in the war, or they will accept defeat, and by accepting defeat, they'll become Muslims. That's how. It's not that we would force them to become Muslim. It's just Allah has decreed it that way, that they will see the truth. That is how Allahu A'lam, the way Allah makes the truth clear to them. We don't know, but we know what Rasulullah said will happen, and we accept as it is. There is no mention in the hadith that Isa alayhi salam or the Mahdi will be going chopping off people's head. There is no such thing. And so why should we go and make up stuff and tell the people at work, hey, when the Mahdi comes, I'll be chopping off your head? He'll ask me, where's the proof? What do I tell him? That Musleh Shanboor said it? No, bro. Stop assigning beliefs to us and then asking us to defend them. This is the problem with Ahmadis. They assign stuff to us. They make claims against Muslims, and they want us to defend it. Yes, they did some of the wording that because you, for lack of context, and you're not living 1,000 years ago, you don't know what the language they used. But common sense tells us that when people go to war, they fight. 1,000 years ago, there was no negotiation. There's an army on one side, there's an army on the other side. They send people, let's talk. We don't. Are you guys accept our terms and submit to us and pay jizya or not? No. Okay, we fight. We see who's the winner. That's how it used to be that way. And the language we used during that time reflects that. So when I don't know, I think they like to quote Ibn Kathir, and he said that, and Imtiaz went on Razi's stream and destroyed this belief on Razi's stream live. And after that, Razi does not like his mood soured, and after that it just went downhill. He doesn't want to invite Imtiaz to his stream anymore. After that series of streams, he stopped inviting Imtiaz.
And he got sent to the UK. The Khalifa said, "Come here, we gotta keep you under our thumb, bro. You're running free too much."
Yeah. So anyway, dear Ahmadis, if you're listening to this, if you want to know us, to ask us about our beliefs about the end times, follow the advice that one of your own Maulvi said, that ask us the Muslims what our books say, how we do that, how we understand those books with their context. Don't ask the Maulvis, the Ahmadi Maulvis, who take things out of context. As you can see, Ibn Kathir wrote hundreds and he wrote thousands of pages, and Razi gives you one page and says Ibn Kathir says that is a bloodthirsty Mahdi or bloodthirsty Messiah. That's all nonsense. Come and ask the Muslims. Come on the Imtiaz stream tomorrow. We have a Q&A, open Q&A. Come and ask your questions. Inshallah, we'll give you an answer. If you have an objection, you raise it, and we can have a respectful dialogue. So I think we have maybe one more point, Brother Bashir, or 2 points.
Yeah, just a few more points, and then we're done. But real quick, Musleh Shanboor, the reason he said that is this is what Ahmadis believe. They believe all Muslims to be terrorists. Hurram said the same thing to Rauf. Brother Rauf, in Hurram's recent stream, didn't he say the same thing? Or something similar? Real quick, if you're still there.
They do that on Twitter all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
Especially the middle-aged guys, especially the Mirza Tahir generation. They like to do that. Yeah. Okay. The uncles. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, let's keep going here. Then Musleh Shanboor, he brings up the topic of abrogation. Brother, he says Mirza Ghulam Ahmad was the only person who said there was no abrogation ever. That's wrong, Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan. There were others who said there was no abrogation. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad was not the only one. What is this guy talking about? Okay. Then but hold on. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad quoted the verse of abrogation in terms of the earthquakes. He said Allah abrogated the previous a Wahi. So hold on, what is this guy even talking about? The topic of abrogation is still up for debate. Did Mirza Ghulam Ahmad believe in it or not? As you remember, Ahani Tahir left Ahmadiyya over this issue and some others, but he had a problem here because he said, you guys say he doesn't believe in abrogation. The books say otherwise. The books say
Exactly.
in the morning he'd say, I'd get a revelation, I'd forget it, I'd get another one. And then he'd quote the verse. Okay? And then with the earthquakes, Brother Imtiaz hadn't brought this out yet. But at the end of the earthquake thing, just before MGA died, he quoted the verse of abrogation and said, and was inferring that it was abrogated. Okay, then look, and I'm almost done. I'll just put these on the screen.
Brother Bashir, open
Yeah.
challenge, open challenge. I only have a very small point. Open challenge to Ahmadis. If I prove to you that Ahmadis believe in abrogation, what then? I can prove it in just using one hadith and one verse. Because they say hadith does not abrogate the Quran. There is a very clear hadith which abrogates Quran, and I'm just waiting for the right time to challenge the Ahmadis. I dare them to come on the stream and say that if I present this, then they will reject the abrogation, because it's a clear abrogation of the Quran, of the Quranic verse. Because either they don't know what it will expose one of two things: either they don't know what abrogation means, or they have to reject the hadith.
Right. Either way, you guys are cooked.
Yeah.
So okay, we talked about this one. We talked about this one. Then look, he brings up the issue of Kitab al-Mubeen, brother. And
Yeah, I have to be honest, Brother Bashir. I think it seems that he didn't word it properly, brother. The Sheikh did not word this properly, because he probably read that that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad has referred to the Quran as Al-Kitab al-Mubeen. I don't know whether he referred to his Wahi as Al-Kitab al-Mubeen. You should know better. But maybe he was referring to Ruhani Khazan. We don't know. But the truth of the matter is that they do believe in a different explanation of the Quran. You have to understand one thing, Bashir. The Quran is not just the Arabic words. The Quran is the words and their meanings, the correct meaning. Like if I say Alif Lam Mim, and I say this means alam, which is pain, for some of the Quranic, the hadith only, the hadith rejectors, they say Alif Lam Mim means alam, it means pain. This is not the meaning. So if you say this is the meaning, then of course that is not the same Quran that I believe in. When you say Muhammadun Rasulullah والذين آمنوا معه أشداء على الكفار رحماء بينهم, and you say this Muhammad means Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, that is not the same Quran. It is the same words of the Quran, but it is not the same Quran. When you say like the way the Christians misuse the Quran and say that actually the Quran refers to Isa alayhi salam as God, and I say no, then that is not the same Quran I believe in, even though you're using the same words to say that it means Isa is God. So that's probably what Sheikh Assim al-Hakim was implying. But we don't know, Allahu A'lam. We are not defending something we're not clear about.
right.
Kitab al-Mubeen, yeah, go back to you about Kitab al-Mubeen.
Yeah, in terms of Kitab, remember Mirza Ghulam Ahmad said the Quran left the earth in 1857 and he brought it back. So Mirza Ghulam Ahmad is bringing the Kitab, the clear book. He's bringing it back. Here's a revelation, 1893 in Arabic. This is a revelation in Arabic. Look down here. He says, my servants, good tidings of the clear book. That's the Kitab al-Mubeen. That's one. Okay, and then look, here's another one. And here's another reference. Okay, where he's calling his revelations Kitab al-Mubeen. Bro, it goes on and on and on, bro. It goes, look. Here's an Arabic revelation that he got. Brother, Hamim, these are signs of the clear book. Brother Umar, he's getting revelations that says that these are the signs of Kitab al-Mubeen. So
this was actually his revelation, or he's quoting the Quran?
It's his revelation. Remember, his revelation.
He plagiarized. Yeah, this guy kept plagiarizing from the Quran and saying it's revelation for him. So what's stopping some? There is one Mahdi right now, and there's a new one actually. Says it's both the Mahdi and the Messiah, same as Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. So if he starts saying Yasin, he says Alif Lam Mim, Dhalika al-Kitab la rayba fihi, is referring to him. Should we accept this as revelation as well? It's plagiarizing, bro.
Totally, brother. Totally. So look, here's all the references. Okay, etc. Sheikh Albani, I think he also quoted the Kitab al-Mubeen part. And then look, here's the rest of my info. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad said,
No, Brother Bashir, very important point about Sheikh Al-Albani. The thing is that he was this Razi kid wants to still pretend that he was defending Ahmadis. No, he was actually saying that they believe in, like I said, that they say they believe in the Quran, but they have their own meanings. They apply their own tafsir, the tafsir of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. They don't follow our tafsir. That's why Brother Imtiaz asked them that show us one mufassir in the last 1,400 years who had the same interpretation as in the last 1,300 years before Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, who had the same interpretation as his. No, he doesn't have. And he Mirza Ghulam Ahmad said himself that basically he said that only that agrees, something that agrees with his wahi is to be followed.
Right.
I don't know what's the shame. I mean, if you accept him as a prophet, there's no shame in admitting that. Why do you deny it?
Right. So we're coming to the end here. Musleh Shanboor says that people tried to kill Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. That's a lie, brother. Who tried to kill him? We never heard of this. No one sent anyone to kill him. What is this guy talking about? And then he says Mirza Ghulam Ahmad survived, and then he was victorious, etc. You know, he's trying to make the correlation to Isa al-Islam. Ridiculous. Then look, he quotes chapter 16, verse 116. Brother, are you familiar with the verse where he says, the liars will never be successful? Are you familiar with the verse, brother? Should I pull it up, brother?
Let me see. What's that? What's the verse?
16, 116. Here, I'm pulling it up now.
I'll have it in like 2 seconds. 16, 116. Let me see. Bismillah. Do not falsely declare with your tongues this is lawful, that this is unlawful, only for begetting lies against Allah. Indeed, those who okay, no problem. What's the problem? So what? Where's your success? How do you define success? Whatever metric you come up with for success is refuted instantly. You have no metric for success that you can use it only for Ahmadiyya. If you have one made up like out of thin air, show us the source. Okay, tell me in 200 countries. Okay, Baha'is have beat you to that. Baha'is are in more countries than Ahmadis. What else? Numbers, we Christians and Muslims are together. If you combine, not even Muslims and Sunni Muslims and Christians, just the Shias. You're not even as many as the Shias. Not even the. I'll give you another. Not even the Shias or the Sunnis. I'll give you another one, Brother Bashir. Look at this. Just the people who identify, because they like to do this, they identify as Ahmadi as a sect, and they say that Deobandis are a sect. Just the Deobandis themselves, they are more than the Ahmadis. Just the Deobandis. The Barelvis, they are more than the Ahmadis. Whatever metric you come up with, you have a Khalifa. Okay, the Ismailis have the Aga Khan, and they have the Baha'is. I don't know who is their leader. The Christians have their own Pope. I mean, what metric can you come up with that is going to be success? Show us from the Quran. Show us from the Sunnah. We, the Muslims, have success. We have the numbers that are growing every day. The Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, we are growing every day, and even the enemies of Islam acknowledge that the fastest growing religion is Islam.
Yep, and success is going to Jannah. Success is not like getting $1 million.
And this success here, the ones in the Quran, of course, success in the Quran is generally means to succeed, means to be among the righteous, to be saved and going to Jannah, not like to have many numbers. So what if you have many numbers who are all like not praying, for example? Let's say the Ahmadis became now like 2 billion Ahmadis in the world, but none of them says the Salah. So is that success? Like we know the Christians now.
And there's another point here. Allah allows the kuffar to lie as much as possible. He allows it. Look at the Christians now. Look at Trump now. It's allowed. Allah says never follow the majority. The majority are wrong. So what are these guys talking about?
So what? The Christians now, they're the majority. I mean, let's be frank. The Christians until now, as of the latest census, we know the Christians are the majority. But are they practicing? How many Christians are really practicing? The guys like all the haram they do. Like sadly, I'm sorry to say this, but the promiscuity among the Christians is very high, because for them, they can, like, the guy goes with his girlfriend and his kids from his girlfriend to church. It's okay. It's acceptable. They don't have to be married. That's zina. It's okay. Do they call that success? That's not success. There are many of them, but it's not success. It's
They
because
got women leading the clergy. They got women leading their prayer services. They're
LGBTQ.
doing bad, bro.
Yeah, they have people who are like, I have like 100 pronouns leading the church. This is not success. Success is going to Jannah. Success is following
brother. That's the only level of success in this dunya is to go to Jannah. What else do you want from this life?
Brother? So his argument basically about being successful, that, like we have said, there is no metric. Show us one metric from the Quran and Sunnah that you can use to clarify to prove your success. If it is paying chanda, if that is success, then there's many people collecting lots of taxes, bro.
Yep. And then last one, brother, last one, and we're done. He makes the biggest blunder of the whole thing. He says Ahmadiyya, Qadiani-Ahmadi is the fastest growing sect of Islam.
That's nonsense. First of all, it's not a sect of Islam. Secondly, to make sects is forbidden in the Quran. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Quran is very clear. Do not create sects. Anybody who creates sects has nothing to do with Rasulullah. So I'm sorry if that is if you're proud of being a sect, you're proud of going against the Quran. So congratulations for going against the Quran. That's one thing. Let's remove the word sect and say you're the fastest growing movement, just so that we are nice.
And that's not even true. That's not even true.
According to who?
It's on my website. I went and got that book, the World Christian Encyclopedia. It's a lie. I have a video of me going through the pages where they allege it's written. It's a lie. That was a lie that they were telling the world 15 years ago. That Musleh Shanboor, he must have heard it, didn't double check it. And by the way, I've emailed him and he doesn't want to talk. I emailed him about the Ibn Abbas, the alternate Qiraat. In terms of Muhaddis, I asked for the reference. Anyways, this was debunked 7-8 years ago. He doesn't know yet. How sad,
bro. There were like 80 million converts in 1 year, right? According to Mirza Tahir, and now according to what's the guy's name?
The guy
who came on Declan Henry's podcast.
Asif
Basit. Yeah, Asif Basit. He said they're 12 to 15 million. That's the numbers he has. 12 to 15 million. And I okay, let's take his word for it. 15 million. Where's your growth, bro?
Yeah.
Where's your growth? I mean, how I put some numbers in ChatGPT to calculate the projection when Bashir that when they're going to be the majority, and I had to make it like there was no way they're going to be the majority. Like it's not feasible at all, especially within the timeline of 300 years. So I tried to make it like to try to get the 300 thing years. They have to reproduce like rabbits, first of all, and the other people have to stop growing in order for Ahmadiyya to be the majority in 300 years. All the others have to stop growing. Basically, Christians have to stop growing. Muslims have to stop growing. Like basically, the dying Muslims should not be replaced. You get it? Like Muslims who die should not be replaced by other Muslims. That and then that's the only way. And they have to get like, I don't know, 4 or 5 kids. I don't remember the numbers. I did this like a few months back. It was just for fun. During that time when Asif Basit gave those numbers. So I just let me look at it, and there was no way. Even ChatGPT had to struggle to meet that timeline of 300. And I don't know how these Maulvis are going to do it. But I'm going to tell my grandkids to tell their great grandkids to please tweet about it in 300 years. Just like ha ha ha.
Sounds good, brother. Well,
so
hey.
Are we done, Brother Bashir? I have some.
Yeah. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the stream. We've wrecked them. They lied about everything. We laid it bare. They didn't mention Mirza Ghulam Ahmad's comments on Ahmadiyya, Takfir, the Lahori Ahmadis. We nailed it all. That's it. End of the story.
Bashir, give me 1 minute, please.
Yeah.
Just give me. I have some very quick point. One thing that Shanboor said that I don't know whether it was Shanboor or the other said that you should only ask the Ahmadis about what they believe. I'm sorry. We're not going to ask you because we know you're a con man. We are going to read your books. We are going to have experts like Imtiaz who read your books and present the evidence. You have a problem, you come and challenge them. People who have read the books and left your movement, those are the people we are going to ask because they have read your books. They have been on both sides. They are more qualified. But you guys have a motive. Your laymen don't read the books. You guys have to be paid to propagate that. So it's not fair. It's like asking me go to the church and don't just go accuse the Christians of shirk. Go and listen to them. They will tell you. Of course, the Christians are not going to tell me that we're doing shirk. They're going to give me like a very nice. They're not going to tell me that the violence that is in the Old Testament. They're not going to tell me that. They're going to tell me about they're not going to tell me about the contradictions in the Bible. So that point is, of course, we're going to read ourselves the Bible, and if we find contradictions, we'll bring them up. Another thing that where's the other point? They accused the Sheikh of saying that don't interact with her. That's not true. Sheikh Assim didn't say that. Sheikh Assim said don't be friends with her. He said if you have enough knowledge, you can do dawah to her. He doesn't say be bad to her or be evil to her. No, he just said don't be friends with her. And of course, to be friends in Islam, there's something called wala al-bara. It's not about that. I'm not friends with many people, Bashir, but I'm not rude to them. You're working with many people. They're not always all your friends. Some of them are just colleagues. They're not friends, right? So just because somebody's not your friend, there's nothing wrong with me telling my kids don't be friends with so and so. It's okay. I have my reasons. I'm not saying be bad to them, be mean to them. No, there's nothing wrong with his advice. He actually said, if you have good knowledge, you can give dawah to her. That's concern for her. So stop accusing him of saying boycott her. He never said that. That's putting words in his mouth. And last but not least, we say that they claim that the other scholars, they try to quote scholars that they have their own belief. So we say the same thing. The kufr, the one that why we call you kafir, and we say any scholar who has the same belief that a new prophet will be coming after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, will be commissioned. That is not an old prophet, because we know Isa alayhi salam. You will bring that up. Isa alayhi salam is a prophet before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So there is no prophet other than the prophets that silsila that ended with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And anybody says there's a prophet outside of that silsila that ended with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a kafir. And this is unanimous by all Muslim scholars. You cannot bring us one scholar who disagrees with this, that after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that there is no new prophet will be commissioned. Only person who will complete his missions, which have already been assigned like thousands of years ago, is Isa alayhi salam, and that is not a new prophet. That's all. Jazakumullah khair.
And yeah, it's brother, not to forget, it's Isa ibn Maryam.
Yes, not Ibn
someone
Chirag,
like
baby.
him. Yes.
And something when said with an oath, it has to be taken literally. This is agreed by Muslims and guess who? Mirza Ghulam Ahmad.
So you guys are done, and that's the stream. Assalamu alaikum and peace out.